Hello, and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends normally spin a wheel once a week and it normally chooses the horror film. But today we're doing a special bonus episode. Sometimes we get the fortunate pleasure of getting to interview filmmakers and actors and writers that are all in the horror, universe. And today we're joined by a very special guest. We are joined by Nick Merola, and he's here to tell us about his upcoming horror project. Oh my gosh, Cotton Eye Joe. Cotton Eye Joe, and he's got a Kickstarter campaign coming up. So I am thrilled and honored to have you here, Nick. So welcome to Wheel of Horror.
I am thrilled and honored to be here. So thanks for having me.
Wow, I'm so excited because I love talking horror movies, which is typically what Eric and I do, but to be able to interview people that are actually working in the industry, have their own projects, are huge fans of the genre, it's so fun to just like go back and forth with you. So, very excited to talk about your project. So I want to give you the floor right now just to, up top, give the promotion so people know where to go for the Kickstarter. If there's any websites or social media that they should check out, feel free to get into it, and then we'll talk about the film.
Sure. So we're making a movie called Cotton Eye Joe. It's based on the old American folk song or the wedding song that everyone's familiar with. Really just tackling the themes of where did he come from and where did he go, figuring out the mystery there. It's like a brutal slasher, but definitely not afraid to be playful, as the name implies. But you can find us on Kickstarter. If you just search Cotton Eye Joe in the bar there, you can find us on social media, Cotton Eye Joe Movie, or myself at I'm Nick Merola on Instagram or X and all that stuff.
Awesome. Yeah, no, it's such a good idea for a slasher movie because the song is fun and like, I remember like being in gym class and they would play it as you're running around and, weddings and school dances and stuff like that. But if you really do listen to the lyrics, they're kind of like weird, and it's like, who is this character? And
Yeah, I mean they're
yeah.
literally asking it in the song. They make it a big mystery, but like no one ever really thinks about it. And even like the term Cotton Eye, like we looked up the origin. It's an old folk song originally,
Mm.
but like from like the Civil War era, and it's like it could be when you like drink a lot of moonshine, your like eyes kind of glaze over, so that could be like Cotton Eye Joe. But if you take it literally, like a guy who has one eye that's stuffed with cotton, it's really creepy character.
Yeah, seriously, I know because I watched your Kickstarter, the trailer and that, and you get to see some visuals of it. And I was like, that is a great idea, and it's disgusting. Yeah. Um, I had no idea the song was that old. I genuinely,
Yeah,
this shows how like dumb I am. I literally thought it was just that. Is it from the 80s or the 90s, the one that I'm thinking of probably?
I think the '90s that one. It's by the Rednecks, but
Right.
it's the name of the band, which is like I think a Swedish band.
Huh.
But yeah, the original version is like super old. We looked it up. Like there's a bunch of versions. I had no idea either. It goes back to like Civil War era. There's been like a bunch of iterations of it.
That's interesting. Yeah. No, so I love this. So there's like actual historical context with it. You guys can fill in the pieces and like it's surprising this has never been touched or tackled before. So what made you think of it? Were you just listening to the song one day or like, yeah, tell me about how you
It
came up with the idea.
it was just listening to the song one day and then like realizing how like I guess like the mystery of like I've always pictured it as a guy with a cotton like a literal cotton eye as like even
Yeah.
as a kid. So like I guess as I've been growing as like a filmmaker and stuff has been like, oh, that's a cool character to explore. And I know all these movies are coming out, like the Winnie the Pooh movie and like the Steamboat Willie movie, and this feels like IP that everybody's familiar with, but like doesn't really think about ever.
Right.
It's kind of like sidelined a little bit. So at first this was just going to be a fun like April Fool's Day trailer. I was just going to put it out. The trailer we filmed was actually just like a one-off. We filmed for one day in this place in New Jersey. It was like a Western town.
Mm.
Got a bunch of like actor buddies and people I've worked with before to agree. Um, and then when it was done, kind of watching it like, oh, this could actually be a little bit more. We can kind of dive deeper into this. And I hit up Brandon Weevil, my co-writer for this,
Mm.
and he was like, all right, let's expand this. So we just kept kind of workshopping it. I kept the trailer, on my computer for over about a year. And then we finished the script and started doing fundraising and stuff to actually make this a feature.
So cool. And is this your first feature?
Yeah, this is my first feature.
Wow, so cool. So you've done horror shorts in the past though, right?
Yeah, so if you want to go all the way back, my first horror short I was in, third grade, maybe. I made like a horror short with my dad's like VHS camera. My little brother was like the actor.
Yeah.
And I've kind of been making shorts ever since. And then like went to film school and my senior thesis was a horror movie. And
Mm.
then after that I got a job with G Fuel, the energy drink, and they partnered with a bunch of horror IP and stuff. So I've gotten to make commercials with like Chucky and Freddy Krueger and Jason and all that stuff. So and then making short films in between that. So yeah, horror is like I love it. It's my
That's
wheelhouse.
And that's so cool. And like, it shows your commitment by making these shorts, proving, exactly your style and all that stuff. And now to take it to the next step to actually, make a feature. And to shoot that trailer is such like a good proof of concept idea. To be like, this is kind of what it would look like, just imagine it more fleshed out and, with a budget and everything like that. But yeah, I was gonna ask you, I loved the town from the trailer. It looked like such an old, like, mine village or something like that. And this is just in Jersey?
Yeah, it's a place called Wild West City. It's like I guess like medieval times, but for like westerns.
Mm,
Um, so at the end of the season, we were like, "Can we use the place for a day?" And they were like, "Yeah, sure, come on by." And that was kind of it.
that's awesome. I
Yeah, it worked
love
great.
it. Yeah, because like people, they want to be involved with film productions. I think, whenever you're filming somewhere that's not used to it, they love to just like watch and like, what are they going to do with our space?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we did dump a bunch of blood everywhere, and we're definitely like, "All right, as long as it comes out, like you're good to do whatever." So
Yeah. That's so cool. And yeah, how did you do the makeup and everything? Because the character really does look like a horror icon
that's awesome to
already.
hear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Bill Whedon, who was our actor for the spec trailer,
Mhm.
he's great. And then we had our makeup artist Charlie. She was wonderful, and she made the eye and everything. It was just like a prosthetic little eye piece with cotton shoved into it.
It looks great. It really does
Yeah.
look great. Well, and so I know you said you'd worked, you love horror and did the Friday the 13th and the Chucky and all that stuff. Was there something that inspired the look or the idea, or like what kind of slasher movies did you love that may have
I
inspired?
I think this specifically because I think it is more slasher oriented. Thanksgiving, the new one that came
Mm,
out, Eli Ross was
yep.
like a big one, and then
Love it.
like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, both the old one and like the newer ones, I
Mm.
think all kind of fit really well in with this. It's like that southern, feel of very bloody and like real slasher gritty a little bit. I think that fits in really well with this. So those two I think are the main draws
Right.
or
Yeah.
parallels.
I could definitely feel, especially like the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, because that kind of the Netflix one, because that kind of takes place in like a little isolated town in like the middle of nowhere too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that and the Jessica Biel one, which is also I was rewatching that a bunch, and it was like, yeah, that actually fits like really well into this kind of world.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy it. And I didn't get this impression from the trailer, but I'm curious if this is this going to be a straight slasher film or is it going to be like comedic as well?
Comedic as well. That's why I think Thanksgiving was like is a good parallel
Mm,
there because it the theme of Cotton Eye Joe, the idea is very silly. Like it's based
mhm,
on a song that plays at Sweet 16. So
right.
I'm definitely like not skirting away from that. We're not going like full like this is like a really serious. It's having fun, but the slasher parts I want to be like truly slasher. We're doing like all practical effects and like
Oh,
making
nice.
things, yeah, nice and gritty and bloody and real. But then the times that aren't death related are kind of a little more lighthearted.
Mm.
Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is even like a good
Oh yeah.
example there, where everything's like the bloody scenes are really disgusting and like visceral, but the rest of it is pretty comedic.
Mm. I know comedy and horror, I always say it's kind of like peanut butter and chocolate. It's just such a good mix. Like, it works so well together. Um,
Horror
yeah.
movies are fun and comedies are fun, so like why not mix them?
Yeah, no, seriously. And you're right. The song, it is goofy, but if you just read just the lyrics, you'd be like, what is this
Yeah,
guy?
exactly.
Yeah, and the line specifically that I love that it looks like you're going to explore in the film is I would have been married a long time ago if it wasn't for Cotton Eye Joe. I think that's the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's men in the town. They're like, why aren't there any women in the town? And the guys, and he says that line when he's at the bar, and I was just like, damn, that's an interesting kind of take. Like, it's a town full of men, and it's like it's scary. I don't
Yeah,
know,
there's
man.
like he's basically this like ghostly figure that's been around forever and just like anytime a woman enters this, the town barrier basically, he appears and everyone's afraid of him. this
I
like
love that.
unstoppable killing machine.
Yeah, and that's an original idea. It's taken from the folklore, but like it's an original concept. And I love how you made that, took that one line and were able to make it, a big part of the plot. And it's a great idea too. It's kind of like the Children of the Corn or whatever, where it's like the couple comes into a town and it's just like, what the hell did we just walk into?
Yes, yeah, Children of the Corn is a great example of like that. That's a great parallel as well.
Yeah, just I like the couple concept, but it also imagine it's your girlfriend or your wife or whatever, and they're specifically targeting her just because it's her, like I think
Yeah,
that's a pretty scary idea.
so we have it's like two couples who are going. Two of them are like a newer couple that are going to elope in Vegas, and
Hmm.
then this the other couple's been like in a long-term relationship, and she's waiting for a ring basically. So they have like this theme of commitment going on that
Hmm.
Joe is like very anti, you know, love and all that.
Hmm.
We'll explore a bunch of that later in the movie, but that's like the our main group, and then we have our guys in the town, and then Joe, who's like this presence that's always watching basically as soon as they enter.
Dude, it's great, because I've been thinking like, lately, with the exception of like Art the Clown and man, maybe like Victor Crowley from Hatchet. Like, there's not a lot of horror icons anymore, that are new, So I think this is like the perfect time to introduce a new one like this. And it leads into my next question. A lot of, Jason's got the machete, Michael's got the knife, Freddy's got the gloves, Leatherface has the chainsaw. Is Cotton Eye Joe going to have a specific weapon? I don't know if you can answer that.
The main weapon he's using throughout the film is a pitchfork. I think that's what he's going to be holding
Right.
throughout, but he's definitely not limited to the pitchfork.
Got it. Yeah, I saw that in the trailer, and that's what I was thinking. So great
We have the
idea.
script. Some of the I don't want to spoil anything, but some of
Right.
the kills we have in there, I think, are like pretty creative. If I can toot my own horn,
Nice.
pretty disgusting. So they should be fun.
Ooh, I'm excited. Um, so I know this song is you were saying it's a, Southern song from what you said, the 1800s?
I'm going to look up the date right now just so I'm not incorrect, but
No, no, no. But
Joe.
I guess my question is it, where is it going to take place? Is it going to have like a Southern kind of feel to it because of this? Or yeah, what were you thinking?
Yeah, it is going to take place Southern America, so in the United States,
Hmm.
but no real, it's not like Texas Chainsaw Massacre where it's in Texas. It's kind of just like general Southern.
Mm, love it, love it. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, at least from the trailer, it just looks like the town that time forgot.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. It's that.
yeah, yeah. Well, I'm really excited to just see it all fleshed out and everything like that. So right now, you guys are doing the Kickstarter. You're looking to
Yeah.
raise the money to get this made. Right now, have you? I mean, I'm assuming you're probably waiting for that before you start casting or location
So we're
scouting.
actively casting right now.
Oh, nice.
We're in the middle. We have a meeting this Tuesday with a pretty big actor who I'm really excited to talk to.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, I guess I can't say anything yet, but hopefully
Sure.
have some news that I'll share with the Kickstarter or on socials pretty soon. Um, but besides that, yeah, we're actively casting still. We have about half of our budget raised at the moment,
Hmm.
so the Kickstarter is just kind of to get us over the line there
Mm.
and make sure we can do everything. Practical effects are way more expensive than I thought they were, uh, and I
But
want to do those right.
but you know what? That's especially, I love horror movies, and I know obviously, you do and a lot of other people, but like practical effects really, it's so special. And especially nowadays to see somebody that's committed to that, like that's huge. I feel like that goes a long way if people know, like, dude, that movie's all practical,
Yeah,
that's big.
I hope that's what happened because that's how I am when I'm watching movies. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
that's really cool. They actually like went for it.
Right.
Um, Even like I mean, Terrifier is like disgusting, and they show like maybe too much. They like go for it, but it paid off for them in like a great way.
Big time. I know. I love that Damien Leone was a makeup effects artist, I
Yeah,
believe. Yeah. It's so sick. I love it when people like do something like that. Like they work on film sets, they see how it all works, kind of thing. They make connections with people, and then they're like, you know what, I got a good idea for a movie. I'm gonna give it a shot.
yeah, and yeah, he went for it, and it, again paid off in dividends. So
Yeah. I love that. I
good for
love
him.
that. Yeah. Okay. So you guys, have you figured out maybe where you might film? Is that still up in the air?
So we're looking right now. Even it's not the South, but we're looking at this abandoned farm in upstate New York. We might be shooting
Mm,
in.
cool.
It's like super creepy again, like the town the time forgot kind of. It's just like this dilapidated farm with we have like a large cornfield scene.
Nice.
So we're kind of looking for something that has that kind of greenery.
Right.
But yeah, haven't locked anything down yet there. So that we're aiming to shoot like the end of the spring of this
Mhm.
upcoming year. So we got a little bit of time for that still.
Nice. And I'm always curious about this because nowadays, iPhones are great and stuff like that. But do you guys have a specific camera you're thinking about working with?
Yeah, so the DP we have for the film is I went to film school with Eric Teddy. He's
Nice.
he's great. He shoots a lot of the commercials that I've done as well.
Mm,
So he has I think two or three red uh,
mm.
one of the new whatever the new red
Sure,
is.
sure. Nice. Okay, so you guys are using heavy duty, like good filming equipment
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
We're planning on shooting all anamorphic and doing the real thing.
that's so sick. And I love to hearing that, like, yeah, I've been filming commercials, I've been building up my skills, and then I know people that I work with that I like and that we get along with. I'm going to bring them along for the next project. I love stuff like that.
Yeah, actually, a lot of our crew are people that either I went to film school with, who I've been working with professionally now for like over 10 years, or
Mm.
I've met on commercial sets. The production company we have involved too, like I brought them on for the first time. We did a commercial for Dead by Daylight,
Oh,
the
yeah.
horror game,
Yep.
which was super fun. So I've met them through there. We both have a love of horror movies, so this brought them on for this, and they were like super excited about that. They're called South James. So yeah, they're doing a bunch of stuff for this, and a lot of the crew have been in a lot of the commercials we've done as well.
That's so cool. And it's so cool that you got to do so many specifically like horror related commercials too. Being a fan of horror, directing, that must have been such a cool
Yeah,
experience.
that's worked out really well. I don't know how I fell into that, but I'm not complaining. This is like if I could tell third grade me what I was doing, um, he'd be freaking out because I
Right.
currently am.
Yeah. How old were you when you did your first shoot with your brother?
However old you are in third grade, I was
Yeah.
pretty young. The camera was like the size of me. It was like one of
Yeah.
those large, VHS cameras.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's, dude,
yeah, basically wrangled all the kids in the neighborhood to come and get murdered to
no, it's
catch
so
up on them.
Eric and I, the co-host of the show, we've been doing the same thing. We grew up together in Connecticut, and we've been shooting videos since like literally like
Oh,
fifth grade.
cool.
And yeah, so and now that I'm out here, it's a little harder. But yeah, we were filming up until I moved to New York. We were just making stuff, so it's a lot of fun. I love that though. I love it when you get to work with your friends. I love it when you get to be, your job is your passion. That's like the best thing in the world. So
Come get killed
congratulations.
and come to the movie, get killed.
I know, yeah. I've been killed on screen a couple times. It's pretty fun. I actually enjoy it. Yeah, so all right, some other questions I have for you. Oh yeah, so since this movie is, you know, based on kind of a song loosely, do you guys have like a specific horror theme you're gonna do? Are you guys gonna try to like make this song into the horror theme? What are you thinking?
Yeah, in some capacity, yes. We can't really do like the Rednecks version is copywritten, of course.
Right.
But we can do like a slowed down version of the melody. We're talking to a few composers right now to potentially, score the film. So we want like a proper, I want to do this like I guess Texas Chainsaw is like a great example of the Jessica Biel version. It has like a nice score behind it and everything like that. So we kind of want to do it that in that same kind of way.
That's cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny. Like anytime you slow down a song that's like, even if
Oh,
it's
it's
not
so
supposed to be
creepy.
scary, it always just gets scarier. Yeah. Anything. Yeah, no, that's awesome though. You get to score your own movie. It's really cool.
Yeah. If the band of the newer version here, hears about this and wants to, I would love to put their song in the movie somewhere. I think it would fit
Why
really,
not?
even like the normal version playing over a killing sequence would be, I think, really funny.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't heard them doing much probably since then, so why the hell not?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, seriously. So, okay, so practical effects, you got a cool new score, southern kind of, Texas Chainsaw Massacre feeling movie. I mean, this sounds right up my alley. Like I am totally into stuff like this.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll keep you updated.
Yes, yes, please. Yeah, so I guess is there anything else specifically that you wanted to talk about the film or about, the Kickstarter or anything like that?
Not really. I mean, yeah, check out the Kickstarter. There's a spec trailer on there if everyone wants to see kind of what it's all about. There's a little blurb about me talking about horror movies for a little bit. But any support really helps at any level, just to kind of help us get over the finish line there and make sure we can make this movie the right way.
Yeah, no, I watched the trailer before we started and it's great. It's personal to you. It also shows clips from the trailer. Just like it's a really well-made Kickstarter video and
Thanks.
yeah, people should
Yeah,
definitely
spent a
check
lot
it
of
out.
time on it.
No, it looks incredible. It really does. So, yeah, definitely check out Cotton Eye Joe on Kickstarter, Instagram. I think you guys have a TikTok. I think I followed you on TikTok. So you guys got a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff. So yeah, no, check it out because this is so cool to see like a potentially like a new horror icon coming into the media landscape, and we need more of them right now. So this would be incredible to happen.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yeah, it should be a fun roller coaster ride, hopefully.
Yeah. And you guys are going for an R rating, I'm assuming?
Yeah, yes.
And then my last question, this is so random and you might not even know the answer to this
Shoot.
yet, but I'm always just kind of curious about, I guess like this is a good question for you, like aspect ratios. Like what are you planning on shooting this in and why do people select different, like the black matte lines at the top and bottom of the screen? I'm always just
Interesting.
curious why people choose what they do.
We are shooting anamorphic, so it will have like the black, the letterboxing at the top and bottom.
Yeah.
I think it feels more cinematic that way. I don't
Yeah.
know. It's more like the feeling of it versus any, I don't know. I don't have a real like, reason there.
I'm always curious because my old job, I would have to like make sure that I was like for quality control for films and television shows. So I had to make sure, okay, the aspect ratio is what it's supposed to be. But I'm always like, why do they choose, some of them are like 2.0 aspect ratio, some of them are 1.58, some of them are 2.35. And I'm always like, what? Why?
We're
I mean, they,
shooting the whole movie vertical.
yeah, 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 exactly. Like, yeah, hopefully that's not the case. But no,
No.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm always just kind of curious because I'm assuming it's the director's choice, to either, a lot of movies today now are doing the 4:3 aspect ratio where they have the side boxes too.
Yeah.
So it's just
No, it
interesting.
is interesting. Yeah, I like that people are switching it up and doing different things. I think again, I've been trying to make a movie since I was a kid, so I think making it feel the most as cinematic as possible is like important to me.
Right.
And also like having done a lot of commercial work because that's like the majority of my career has always been not in like the wider aspect ratios. I think it's fun to like having done some of the shorts like that. They have a different feel to them, and I like it. I want to keep it like that.
Mm. No, that's a great reason too. Yeah, because it does have that cinematic feel to it. And now that you're able to make your vision come true, make it true to yourself. So I love that.
Yeah,
Awesome. All right, Nick. Well, I guess I don't have any more questions, but I guess once the film is made, I would love to have you back on so that we can talk more about the plot and just like the production side of things and how it all went, because that'll be really interesting.
yeah, absolutely. I'd love to
Awesome.
come back.
Yeah, and you guys, I would assume you'd probably be at like, what is it, Fantastic Fest and all these cool horror, like
That
festivals.
is the plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Will you be there as well? Catch you there?
Potentially. Yeah, I mean, I was at a couple in LA last year, but Fantastic Fest is in Austin, I think, right? I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I'd love to go to that because it seems like that's like bigger than anything in LA sometimes, for horror
yeah.
at least.
Fantastic Fest, Film Quest. We're trying to hit all the horror festivals. I'd love to hit.
Nice. Well, Nick, congratulations. Nothing but the best for you and your film. I'm super excited. I think the concept's incredible. So, seriously, best of luck. And people check it out. Go on Kickstarter. Help these guys out.
Thanks so much for having me, and thanks for checking out the trailer. Either way,
Yeah, absolutely. It was great. All right, everybody. Well, thank you so much for listening in. And we will see you on Monday with something. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet because we haven't spun the wheel, but we'll see you Monday.